BC9. BC9 is Code Enforcement Board. All right.
Mr. Chairman.
Allison Warren, she needs a waiver.
That's correct, a 5-5 term limit.
Okay.
I have an appointment, Hugh Ryan. He needs a waiver for absence because, as you know, he had an accident, but now he's done with the therapy.
That's a 4/5 vote, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. Any other names proffered?
No. Hugh Ryan. That's my appointment.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Any discussion on the item? Second was made by Commissioner Sarnoff. No discussion on the item. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone in opposition having the same right say nay. Motion carries. Any further appointments on code enforcement?
Yeah. I'll make an at-large for my alternate. His name is Mike Butler.
All right. Mike Butler. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Gonzalez. He is an incumbent, right?
He's an alternate. Yeah.
Alternate? Okay. Yes. Does he need any waivers?
No, I just want to make sure that the commission is clear on what you're doing here.
Yeah.
Commissioner Regalado had an appointment for, and he reappointed Hugh Ryan at large. You had an appointment. So is Mr. Mike Butler your now at large appointment? That's what I need clarity on.
Right.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. And there's a second for the record, right? Any other names proffered for code enforcement? All right, so vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone in opposition having the same right say nay. Motion carries.
Mr. Chairman, I just want to make sure, just for clarity, was Allison, she definitely was included in that, right?
Name was not proffered in that. She needs a fifth.
Okay.
I mean, do you want to proffer her name?
I'd like to proffer her name.
All right, there's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, there's a motion by Commissioner Vice Chair, second by Commissioner Gonzalez, proffering. She does need a 5/5 vote.
But I'm sorry, and I
But you just
apologize.
appoint somebody
he
at large. That's the problem. I mean, I appointed my appointment. He appointed an at large, which anybody can appoint. That's what we did. You just voted for somebody else. That's the problem.
Right.
There's no more appointments.
There's no more appointment in terms of.
Can you recognize, Mr. Chairman, can you at least recognize? Allison has been.
So many years of service.
Yeah, I mean.
8 years. I thought Commissioner Sarnoff said he was reappointing Mr. Butler as an alternate at large, which is what he is currently.
No, he did not.
No, he said regular. That's what he said. That's what it was second.
I thought you had already brought my name in there first.
No, your name was not brought up.
That's what I thought I understood.
That's why she brought up, because your name was not brought up. She called your name, said, was she?
But when I heard her name in the beginning, that's why I questioned it to staff, because I wanted to make sure Allison's name was in it. And then that's why staff came back over and told me, make sure that Allison's name was in it. So the name was brought up in the beginning because I heard it.
I thought so. So is this something that could be reconsidered? Because this is an 8-year waiver.
Yeah, and let me just say this. I mean, we all know how difficult it is to get people to serve on these boards. You know, and Allison has done an outstanding job servicing this community for 8 years. And, you know, it's a shame that we just push people aside, you know, after giving all their services and all their time, for free, mind you, for long, long hearings, without allowing them, you know, the opportunity to at least be heard. So I'm going to just tell you, as sitting here, the only reason why I didn't chime in on and I asked the question was because I heard her name in the beginning.
Mr. Butler's already on the board as an alternate.
Yes. So I would ask for us to reconsider if that's not an issue.
All right, there's a motion to reconsider. But what are you reconsidering? Her appointment? You would have to remove somebody because Commissioner Sarnoff just appointed somebody to that board.
Who already sits on the board as an alternate.
Well, the individual who could only do that would be if Commissioner Mark Sarnoff makes a motion to reconsider to remove that individual. Because, you know, listen, I agree with Michelle Spence-Jones. You've served 8 years here at the commission, at the board. Your time and dedication, I mean, we should thank you for what you've done for the city. But it's not up to the chair or this commission. It is up to whoever appointed the last person who appointed somebody. and felt that gap. So, is there a motion to reconsider? There is none.
I thought Commissioner Spence-Jones made a motion to reconsider.
The motion to reconsider will have to come from Commissioner Sarnoff, who was
the
made
one
the
who
appointment, or
the last
Commissioner
person
Ray Alao.
Taking your gap.
Commissioner?
Allison, I want to thank you for your service, but it's my intention to change the board. I mean, I think you've done a great job, but I think it's time for change.
Commissioner, can I say something?
Yes.
Because I sit on the Code Enforcement
Absolutely.
Board. You know, I think it will be a great tragedy for us to lose Miss Allison, as long as she's been on the board. But not only that, she serves as the vice chair when the chair is not seated. And with all her knowledge, everybody that sit there has been learning things. You know, this is almost my second year sitting on the Code Enforcement Board. So a lot of things I've learned from listening to Ms. Warren. So I just think it will be a sad mistake to remove her and she attends all the meetings. And you got to understand, sometimes we meet 3 times a month. And that's difficult. Sometimes we hear 11 o'clock at night.
I see on TV.
So, you know, it's like, to lose her will be a shame. It really would.
And I'm just going to say again, and I understand that, Commissioner Sarnoff has already, profited, but the only reason why I did not chime in was because I heard the name. And, I would like to appeal to Commissioner Sarnoff to reconsider. I mean, Allison has done a wonderful, job servicing this community.
And I want to thank her for her years of service, and I appreciate the fact Allison sits on 2 other boards in this city. She dedicates a lot of her time and a lot of life to this city. But I proffered a name that I thought would move this city along. And
Who's already on the board, so the rest
Correct.
of you understand that. The gentleman already sits on the board.
he sits as an alternate. Now he'll sit as a regular member.
Alice, some of us may not agree, but we have to respect the commission. I do want to take this opportunity to thank you for your service to the city and what you've done. I mean, as Leroy has stated, you never miss the meetings. You're always there, and it isn't fair. It really isn't fair just to say thank you for your time and effort. Go home.
Thank you, Commissioner Sarnoff. I will remember this.
Okay.
Can I ask this quick question, Madam Chair? And I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman. How many appointees do I have on this board? It's just I know Leroy's one. Who's the other?
Just 1 second, I'll tell you. On the Code Enforcement Board, each commissioner has one separate one, and then we have 3 at large.
At large.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Okay, and all 3 at-large positions are gone, right?
Look,
Yeah.
we could always revisit that issue. Okay? Let's move on. We could always revisit the issue.
Thank you, Allison.
All right, we move on. Next.